Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Blow Daz.
I'm Office Blow Aidan.
Gaynor. Okay, before you start, if Patreon's your thing and you like watch-alongs, we do full watch-alongs of Modern Family, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Seinfeld, Welcome to Wrexham.
F is for Family.
F is Family. There's loads of stuff on our Patreon. Link in the description below.
Yes.
So just support the channel. We appreciate it. 15 German brands you pronounce wrong. Just stumbled across this today, come up on my feed.
Right.
It's a little bit of an older video, but I thought, I bet there's loads we pronounce wrong. Or do we pronounce them wrong? Should we play along and see how we do?
Yeah.
Play along.
The other day we were watching something, if you remember, and they were talking about like how the Americans say it and how the British say it, and he said something like tomato,
Oh,
potato.
he said, potato, tomato. And I went, mate.
What?
Instead of tomato
Dope.
and tomato,
Yeah.
he
Just a
went
potato.
potato.
Yeah. I just went dope, right? Anyway, but 15 German brands you pronounce wrong. Play along, see how you do.
Let's see.
Hey, have you seen my Adidas shoes? Your what shoes? Adidas, the brand? Oh, Adidas. Not sure. Maybe you've left them in the car? Oh, in your friend's Volkswagen? Huh? Volkswagen, the car brand? It's a German car brand. You should know that. Oh, VW. Okay.
What did she say?
Don't know what she said after that. Von Vey.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Is that VW?
Like she was like saying a car is a Volkswagen. Like that's
It's not Volkswagen though, is it?
Yeah, you're pronouncing it wrong.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
This is the way I'd say it. Volkswagen.
You don't
No,
say
you
it
wouldn't.
like that.
You would never have said Volkswagen.
I say VW. Or I say looking at a guy in the
I
Golf.
just say my Polo.
Well, you got Polo, you got Volkswagen. Yeah. But yeah, Adidas. I always say Adidas because I think it comes from the owner's original name, which was Adidasler.
Yeah, but as kids, we called it Adidas.
I always called it Adidas.
I've always said Adidas.
When I was a kid, I called it Adidas.
Right.
And then one day, somebody called it Adidas. And,
Changed your life forever.
well, I think I'd probably still say Adidas.
Well, you're wrong.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but have been living here in
Great
Cincinnati,
place.
Ohio, on and off since 2016. So a little update before I get into the topic. I had my wrist surgery last Tuesday. Everything went well and my insurance approved it, so they're fully paying for it, which is great. I was pretty knocked out afterwards for a few days, but I'm doing better every day, and today is the first time that I thought I would try to record something, as you can see. I'm having my first follow-up appointment in 4 days, and as promised, there will be another video about this topic in a few weeks. But a few weeks ago, before I broke my wrist, I made a video about mistakes that many Germans make when speaking English, and a lot of you guys asked me to make a video the other way around about mistakes that non-native speakers make in German, and that's definitely going to come, but there's actually a very similar topic that I've been wanting to cover for a while, so that's what I'll talk about today. German brand names that English native speakers often pronounce very differently than we do in Germany, and some of these brands you may not even realize that they're German. So I made a list of 15 German brand names that are typically mispronounced in English, and I'm going to tell you how they're pronounced correctly in German and also give you a little background information on some of them as well. This video is sponsored by Skillshare, which I've talked about before. It's an online learning community that offers thousands of classes for creative and curious people like you, interior journaling classes. And if you're interested in, I always say that you should listen to it, instruction and exercises at your level, and it's for it.
How long is this?
Till the break.
A lot of people talk. The first one is Audi.
Do not tell me you pronounce it Audi.
It's audio, isn't it? If you put an O on the end, you say an audio.
Audio.
Yeah, true.
You don't say audio, do you?
No, I call it an Audi.
Yeah, you had an Audi. So it's
That's AU.
I always say Audi.
Australia, do you?
Yeah. You don't say Australia, no.
We're going to sound like
Audi.
Yorkshire people, aren't we? Oh, I like your lovely Audi.
There's no way I'm still going to start pronouncing it
No, me
audio.
neither. I'm never going to say it.
And try and be that guy that tells everyone else it's different.
No.
You got an Audi.
Trying to tell everyone it's actually pronounced Audi.
I seen something the other day and it said twerk, and it said a dance you do that's like sexual, and then underneath it said what people from Yorkshire do every week from 9 to 5.
Go to work.
Work.
Americans that I know pronounce it like I just said it, Audi. In German, we say Audi. Audi.
Oh, so
and
we
there's
were
actually
right.
a funny
We are
story
right.
as to where this name came from. In 1904, a guy called August Horch founded a car company called A. Horch und Company, Motorenwarenwerke Zwickau, but
Ah, right.
a few
Easy for
years
you to
later
say.
he left
know,
the
right?
company and founded a new one. But he wasn't allowed to call it Horch again, and since that's not only his last name, but also means listen in the imperative form, he ended up translating it into Latin, and that's Audi. So Audi means listen.
Like
The
audio.
company is located in Ingolstadt in Bavaria.
Interesting.
Then, of course, one of the most famous car brands
rid of
in the
pause.
world is this one.
Right.
Right.
I think I know how to pronounce this.
Ooh.
Porsche.
Yeah.
Hey there, Porsche. That's a song, in it. That's probably why it's right. I'll probably just still say Porsche.
I think it's Porsche.
I kind of dabble between the both. It's like Nike or Nike. I kind of probably say both.
The reason being I think it's Porsche because I've been in a dealership and
And
they
call
refer to it as Porsche.
Yeah.
So I'm
Ooh,
thinking if they're
Porsche
selling them,
dealership,
if
are
they're
you?
selling them and they're using the wrong word.
Do you know how I know it's right? Because my mum told me.
It's located in Stuttgart, Germany. I've heard Americans pronounce it Porsche or Porsche. In German,
Who said
we say
Porsche?
Porsche. So there's like this short E sound in the end. Porsche. It was founded by Ferdinand
I
Porsche.
thought if it said if it was Porsche, it would have to have like a little accent on top of the E
It's
at the end.
German, but I've just remembered I've actually been to their factory in Stuttgart, haven't I?
Yeah, you
when we
have.
did the Super Cup cars. I forgot about that.
In 1931 as a company for vehicle development work and consulting. And one of the first assignments that the company had was from the Nazi government at the time to design a car for the general public, which was what later would become Volkswagen. And so they designed the Volkswagen Beetle, the VW Käfer.
It looks like a Porsche a little bit, the Volkswagen with the round headlights.
This one
from
sounded
the
super
Volkswagen.
funny to me when I first heard
Volkswagen.
how people pronounce it in English.
Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz. How else are you going to pronounce it? I don't get it.
I actually used to drive one back in
Mercedes.
Germany. So most Americans
Mercedes.
call this
Okay.
Mercedes. In German, we pronounce it Mercedes. So
What?
Mercedes versus Mercedes.
What? Say that again.
Mercedes. So it's really pretty different.
Mercedes.
And the full name, of course,
Mercedes.
is Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes.
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 Sounded Mercedes.
No,
Similar.
Mercedes.
No, Mercedes.
Mercedes. She said, didn't she?
No, she said Mercy.
Mercedes.
I've also heard that in England, people also refer to Mercedes as Merc.
Yeah.
A German will not know what you're talking about if you say that, just for your information. Originally,
That's
it was
actually
just
true.
the
I'd probably just
company
call it
Daimler
Merc.
Motorengesellschaft, founded in 1890. The name Mercedes was added later, inspired by
Mercedes.
a Daimler car dealer called Emil Jelinek, who was also driving car races under the alias Monsieur Mercedes, which was based on his daughter's first name, Mercedes
Interesting, right?
Jelinek. The name was later also used for one of the car models in the year
Just
1900.
Because if anybody's got a child called Mercedes over here,
Council.
it's like a real lower class name. Mercedes.
And then eventually became the name of the brand itself. This one simply has 3 letters, but of course they're pronounced differently.
Bavarian Motor Works.
What did Aidan used to say it was called?
BMW. I don't know. How else would you pronounce that? BMW.
Yeah. But it stands for Bavarian Motor Works, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what he said. I used to have a BMW. Used to say it on the book.
Yeah.
In English and in German. In English, people say BMW. In German, we say BMW because W is pronounced W in German, and it stands for Bayerische Motorenwerke, which means Bavarian Engine Works. And of course, BMW is located in my hometown, Munich, which is the capital of Bavaria. The company was founded in 1916 and originally mainly produced aircraft engines. It's
That's
said
the
that
wings,
the
isn't it?
logo represents a plane propeller,
Propeller, yeah.
and it also has the colors of Bavaria, blue and white, to show the company's origin. Then, after World War I, they survived by producing motorcycle engines, farm equipment, household items, and railway brakes.
course.
And
You see that blue and white wherever you go, Munich and München or Bavaria. Off Brauhaus.
Yeah.
In the pub.
If that's like the colour of the place, so why did Munich play in red? Make sense of playing like that type of blue.
It's a good point,
And
actually,
why?
but it's because what do Borussia Mönchengladbach playing?
Like black, don't they?
There might be other teams that are playing
Black
blue and
and
white.
white.
But when you go in the pub, at the off-brow house, or whether you call them off-brow houses,
House.
so I've got the blue and white, sort of like Harlequin, sort of like, it's like that, but tipped to the side a little bit, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Built their first motorcycle in 1923 and then became a car manufacturer a few years later. They then went back to concentrating on aircraft engines again during World War II, using forced labor from prisoners in concentration camps, and didn't get back into car manufacturing until 1952. Overall, all of these German car brands that I just mentioned are more or less considered luxury brands in the US. I mean, Porsche, of course, is considered a luxury brand in Germany as well, but Audi, Mercedes, and BMW are pretty much just regular car brands to us. Obviously, they do have expensive luxury cars as well, but the regular models are driven by people from all social
taxes.
classes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can get like BMWs and Mercedes that are like
Mercedes
Benz, yeah, that are pretty like
Like one series.
like not like.
When you go to Germany, all the taxis are like Mercedes and
But like, are they like
BMWs and-
one of the nice Mercedes or like
like
average
like
Mercedes?
series.
like all leather interior and all that. They're all geared up.
Yeah.
Germany. English speakers call this Volkswagen, while in Germany we usually just call it VW, VW. But even if we
VW?
did go by the full name, it would be pronounced Volkswagen and not
Volkswagen.
So just imagine that it was
Volkswagen.
spelled with an F and V instead. Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
This literally means
Volkswagen.
people's car or car of the people, and it was founded during the Third Reich in the late 1930s because Hitler wanted to have a car that was affordable for middle-class Germans and that met the needs of an average family. So this was his attempt to make cars something that wasn't only available to upper-class people, but to the general public. And the company is based in Wolfsburg. Now let's move on to something
Adidas.
other than
Adidas.
For me,
Adidas.
like I said before, I think it's because the founder is Adi Dassler. Something along them names.
Yeah,
name
it's
lines.
Adidas, surely.
cars. So this is one of the brands where when I heard Americans say this for the first time, I didn't understand at all what they were referring to because they usually pronounce it Adidas, and in Germany we say Adidas. Adidas, Adidas. Super different. It's the second largest sportswear manufacturer in the world after Nike, and I don't think that a lot of people know that this is a German company. It also has an interesting backstory. It was founded by Adolf Dassler, whose nickname was Adi, so the brand name is based on his first and last name, Adi Das. He founded the company at his mother's house after he returned from World War I, and he actually played a big role in developing spiked running shoes. In 1924, his brother Rudolf joined the company, and they founded the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory. But they later got into a fight, split up, and his brother actually founded his own company called Puma, which became the biggest rival of Adidas. So both Adidas...
It's quite crazy that, isn't it?
We sailed in the Volvo Ocean Race, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we were on the Puma boat, right? Puma, however you want to say it. And I turned up with a pair of...
I did as well.
We both had a pair of Adidas shoes.
Trainers.
And the guy stops us at the boat and went, "You're not coming on with them."
Really?
And we went, "What?" And he went, "You're not coming on with them." And I went, "That's all I've got with me." And he went, "What size are you?" "About 9. I went, "Yeah." He went, "Wait here." And he went to his store, come back, like
Brand
two
new.
pairs each, wear these.
Pumas.
Yeah, Pumas, yeah.
Or is that another one?
Puma.
Puma, not Puma.
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 and Puma are
We're going to be the
German
next
brands.
one, isn't it?
Another shoe manufacturer that many Germans
Birkenstock.
would probably
Birkenstock.
consider
Wait, Birkenstock. How else? That's not even hard to pronounce.
But that's why I'd say Birkenstock.
Yeah. Same.
Birkenstock.
Was it Jamaican?
very, very German. Like if you talk about something typically German, Birkenstock is definitely going to be mentioned.
Birkenstock.
But of course, this brand is known all over the world nowadays, and it's natural that people pronounce it with their native accent. So English speakers usually say Birkenstock. In German, we say Birkenstock. Birkenstock, Birkenstock.
She's basically just saying that with an accent.
accent,
yeah.
It's the same.
Sht.
Yeah.
Literally
No,
translates to
CH.
birch stick. The roots of the company go all the way back to the 18th century, by the way.
Interesting facts, aren't
Yeah.
they?
From shoes to alcohol, this is pronounced
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister.
Why is them two things above the A? Is it Jager? Is she gonna say?
No,
we
it's
call it
two pronounced,
Jägermeister.
it's two above the A to make it A, right?
We call it Jägermeister.
Because if there wasn't the two things, you'd just call Jager. Because like, do you know
They're
what I
not
mean?
going to say Jägermeister.
I used to think there was an E after the A, but then I just realised it was two dots above the A, which is why the accent's J.
I'm
like
gonna say Jägermeister.
I think we say
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister. She'll probably say Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Jägermeister.
Yeah, something like that.
Jägermeister in German. Jägermeister. English speakers usually say Jägermeister, which is pretty much the same, just with a pretty thick accent. And
exactly
people
the
also
same.
often use the abbreviation Jäger, like, can I have a shot of Jaeger, please? It literally means hunt master. Jäger is the hunter, and Meister is master, and it's a German herbal liquor.
It's nice.
This is a German grocery store.
Aldi.
Is
You
it?
also find them
Yeah.
in other
Yeah.
European countries.
I thought it was English.
No,
Really?
Aldi.
Yeah.
German. I'm a little.
I'm little.
Really?
Yeah, both German.
Yeah.
I thought that was such an English place.
No.
And they even have some stores in the US. I usually
they?
get the majority of my
Aldi.
groceries at
Or Aldi.
Aldi here
Aldi.
in the US. In Germany, we call stores like Aldi or Lidl discounters because they sell groceries for very low prices. In English, people usually pronounce this Aldi. I think I've also heard
No,
Aldi
Aldi.
before, but
Aldi.
I think
I say
most
Aldi.
people say Aldi. Or they also sometimes add an S that isn't there in the end and say Aldis. In Germany, we just say Aldi. It has its origins in
Aldi.
1940.
I've never heard anyone call it Aldi.
I say Aldi.
What?
Aldi or Aldi.
Who is-
Aldi.
You've
Aldi.
said Aldi every time you've
Yeah.
ever said it, mate.
I've never been in there. What do you mean?
you-
I've never been in an Aldi.
Yeah, that's
Been in
how you
Aldi.
say it. You've never been in Aldi. It's been in Aldi.
I've been in Lidl.
1945, when the two brothers Theo and Karl Albrecht took over their mother's corner store and came up with the concept of having a small selection while having low prices. The name
Albrecht
Aldi
discounts.
comes from Albrecht Discount,
Oh.
so Albrecht, which is their last name, discount. In Germany, we have Aldi Süd and Aldi Nord, Aldi South and Aldi North. Again, this is because of two brothers splitting up into two different
wow.
businesses. In the US, the store is
We
simply
are the
called
Aldi
Aldi,
South.
and it actually belongs to Aldi South, while the store Trader Joe's belongs to Aldi North.
Didn't know that.
Interesting.
Now
Well,
let's move
also,
on to
you've been to Aldi. You came to Aldi with me in Didsbury.
I waited outside in the car.
No, you didn't. You came in.
I didn't. I remember waiting in the car outside. Because remember that woman tried to park a car next to me and she almost hit me.
Yeah, but you have been in before. He's lying.
He's been in before.
cosmetics. Nivea is a German
What?
brand from Hamburg that's mainly known for its
Nivea?
I never thought they were German.
No, me
No, I
neither.
didn't think.
Nivea.
I
I thought it was American.
Well, you just pronounced it wrong.
I
then.
thought
know.
it was English.
I know. I'd say Nivea and I thought it was American.
Yeah. I would.
Oh.
I'm thinking of Gillette.
face lotion in the little blue container, but of course they offer a large variety of products nowadays. Again, I find the English pronunciation pretty funny here. English native speakers usually say Nivea, Nivea. In German, we say Nivea, Nivea. So the emphasis is on the E.
I'm going straight to
Nivea.
Boots after here to go and get some Nivea. And say, do you have any Nivea?
This is a German hair cosmetics brand that you can
Jesus.
find all
Schwarzkopf.
Schwarzkopf.
Cough.
Yeah. Schwarzkopf.
Not Kopf.
I've got
Cough.
their hair gel.
Oh, yeah.
Schwarzkopf.
over the world pretty
Stormy
much.
Norman was
In
called.
How would you
German,
know?
we
How,
pronounce it
how would you know that's German?
Schwarzkopf, which literally means black head. Schwarzkopf. English native speakers usually pronounce it Schwarzkopf or Schwarzkopf or something along those lines.
It's great, this video.
Yeah.
Deutsche Bank is the largest bank in Germany. Deutsche Bank also literally means German bank.
Bank, yeah.
Of course, you can find Deutsche Bank not only in Germany, but in other countries as well. A good friend of mine here in Cincinnati actually just did an internship with them in their New York City location. And she's also going to start a full-time job with them soon. And Americans usually pronounce it Deutsche Bank or something along those lines. And my friend always uses the abbreviation Deutsch when she refers to it. So like she said, I got a job offer from Deutsch, which is just really funny to me because that literally just means German. This is a German manufacturer of
Miele.
high-end domestic appliances.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, they do like all the like,
Vacuum
washing
cleaners
machines and
and- yeah.
It's probably
white
why I've
goods,
never
don't
heard of
they?
it.
What would you say? Miele.
Miele.
I think I'd say Miele. Yeah.
I had one in when we lived in Holland,
Yeah.
and I've got the vacuum cleaner with Miele. I'm sure it's Miele.
I'm not sure, but I would say Miele.
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 And it's not exactly pronounced wrong in English, but English native speakers usually say something like Mila. So it usually sounds more like an A in the end, whereas in German we say Miele. So the last letter is just a little bit different.
You're
And
basically
Miele
German.
really does stand for quality.
Miele.
If you
Ole.
invest in a Miele dishwasher or washing machine, you just know that it's going to be a good product
It
and
was.
it's going to last.
Yeah.
I mean, it did.
This is something that everyone knows
Haribo.
and loves.
Haribo.
I thought these were English. I thought Haribo was English. I've been past their massive factory.
It's not English, Haribo. Every time it's like when you go to Germany or something, it's just full of Haribos, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
when you think
also if you
about
look
it.
on the bottom, fresh.
Yeah, but that's
That's
the
the
German.
German
That's the
package,
German one,
though.
you dope.
Who are you calling a dope?
I just thought Haribo because they got that massive factory past.
No, I knew Harry. I'm pretty sure I always thought Haribo was German.
Do you say Haribo or Haribo?
It's not Haribo.
Just say
Haribo.
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 Yeah, Haribo.
Haribo. Yeah.
Haribo.
Just
Just how it's spelled.
Maybe not everyone knew that Haribo is actually German.
No, I didn't.
We pronounce it Haribo.
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 And again, the name
Haribo.
originates in the name of the founder of the company, which was Hans Riegel, and he was from the city of Bonn in Germany. So Hans Riegel from Bonn, and he always took the first two letters, put them together, and it became Haribo. Hans Riegel Bonn. Haribo.
Haribo.
Interesting
And
stuff.
last but not
Lufthansa.
least, let's talk about a
Lufthansa.
company that is not doing super well during these
Lufthansa.
times.
Lufthansa.
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 I would say Lufthansa, but I know
We say
it's probably-
Lufthansa.
Lufthansa.
But it's one of the largest companies in Germany and second largest airline in Europe. And maybe you've flown with them before. In English, people usually say Lufthansa, but in German, we say Lufthansa. So the emphasis on the
Lufthansa.
first syllable, Lufthansa versus Lufthansa. And that was the last brand name on my list. So now, of course, I want to know from you guys which of these.
Yeah, there you go.
It was a good video, that.
Yeah.
It's quite informative.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had her facts about every company, didn't she?
How was Nivea pronounced?
Nivea.
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 We're going to get a pod of Nivea.
Is she Italian?
I know, right? You have to just change it to an Italian person. It's not like she didn't even change just Nivea. She changed everything she said in the sentence.
Gaynor, when she's like, it's like when you go to Spain, they don't like some Spanish waiter or Spanish person will come up to you and say something, and Gaynor will try and answer back in Spanish, but it sounds French. I'm just like that. Just speak English.
I don't know. Do you know what the best one is when like a Spanish person comes and starts speaking English to you and you start speaking Spanish to them. Just speaking the opposite languages.
Yeah, I enjoyed that video though. It's good.
Yeah, I like to practice my
Yeah.
pronunciations.
Let us know how you got on it. Did you pronounce them right? Are you saying it right all this time with Adidas and Audi?
Yeah.
Yeah. But hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.